football club from Albuquerque as well. Both these teams are under 17. Come on, boys!
Teams on the field.
He announced who they were. It's the Argonauts. On the paper on the left, the little papers. She hand wrote it. And it's it says at the top of one of them.
This one says these are the ones playing now. These are the ones playing now.
Yeah.
And these. All right, welcome everybody. Again, I'm Rudy Bach here, play-by-play announcer, sitting alongside Mr. Ralph Garcia. We are your play-by-play announcer. Earlier on, we have the 15-year-olds play this morning where the Rio Vista team had an 8-0 win there. The second game was the Rush against the Rio Vista team. The Rio Vista team got a 2-0 win over. Actually, it was the Rush winning that one 2-0. And now we have the 17-year-olds playing here for the Rio Vista Football Club, as we call it. These are club play out of Albuquerque. And Ralph, man, we have seen some fantastic, let me tell you, folks out here on the field right now.
Yeah, the talent's really remarkable. It's the older they get, the more talent. It's remarkable, Rudy.
As we walked up onto the stands, as we were getting ready to broadcast this game, we saw Fishbein, the coach for the New Mexico Lobos, and I threw something in his ear. I said, "You're always recruiting here today?" And he tells me, "Always looking for somebody good." So right now we got a first period of play between the New Mexico Rush and the Rio Vista 17-year-olds on the field right now, 0-0 right now. And again, we'd like to thank everybody, those of you who are just tuning in. This is the grand opening of the brand new Taos Echo Park. The Echo Park is built by Sportex. We just had an interview with them live on the internet, and of course this team is the high altitude training facility. It gets a 2-star from FIFA, the organization that the soccer clubs all want to be a part of. You get a 2-star rating from them, and you got yourself a nice field. Again, the only field in the country right now with high altitude training capabilities right here in Taos, New Mexico. What about that, Ralphie?
Rudy, that's exactly what Taos needed. We need a facility like this. Maybe it'll attract tourism, quality teams here to come train. It's good for the economy.
Absolutely, and of course, an economic driver here in Taos, New Mexico. This is exactly what the kind of thing that we're looking for. Sports really brings in a lot of that. We're looking to have a lot of universities, Division I, Division II, come out and do some training here in this facility, being that it has a 2-star rating, as we mentioned earlier on, the only field in the country of its kind for high altitude training. So at this point, we have the Rio Vista team in red down there, and of course the Rush team in blue. And these clubs play throughout the year. They're Albuquerque clubs coming up to do some training out here. We've had some player interviews with a lot of players, and we've heard a lot of different results from some of those players and what the field's like, Ralph.
They said it was a fast field, and also they also commended that it was really flat and
turning capabilities were fantastic, was mentioned as well. They had really crisp turns, and if you notice, when we're looking at the field, when these guys take a turn, you can see the trail behind their feet. Some of that stuff that they inlay into the field pops up, gives them that really soft, cushiony turn.
Yeah, it gives it that natural-looking turf.
Yeah, definitely, and it's really beautiful right now. Sun shining, it's a great day, and we've had some really good soccer games here today. We've seen a lot of talent, and as the skill levels go up in terms of the ages of the kids, you can see the differences right away in some of the speeds that we're seeing here today, Ralph.
The speed, the size, the actual strength, even the talent level is a little higher too.
Absolutely. And right now, still not a point on the board yet. We're still in the first period. We got 10 minutes in. Actually, we're a lot further than that. It's 10:23 on the clock, ticking away, 10:27 and ticking, and it continues to go. So we got 10 minutes into the game, and still not a score as of yet with the 17-year-olds. We'll try to get some of these players announced for you. For the Rio Vista Football Club, they have Christian Albright, they have Luis Baca, Benjamin Barkoff, Benjamin Conway, and oh, just a miss. Wow, it just hits off the top of the goal, and Ralph.
Wow, that was dirty. Almost made it through.
So, just a miss there with 11 minutes in. We have Benjamin Conway, Luke Cotter. These are players from the Rio Vista football team, as we're mentioning here. Tyler Cotter, Thomas Cushman, Elliot Farmer, Aaron Fox, Felipe Graves, Eric Gillespie, Preston Hauser, Nicholas Krebs, Dylan Metzler, John Milford Laughlin, Xavier Sanchez, Dominic Sanchez, Matthew Stiffens, Liam Thomas, and Christopher Welch. And for the Rush team, we'll give it over to Ralph, and he can give you a few things here. And for the Rush team, we have
Patrick Clifford, we've got Israel Aragon, Tyler Miller, Ben Brennan, Evan Harris, Davian Mason, Brad, Michael Wilson, Justin Smith.
And that will go in for a goal. You heard the excitement. The New Mexico Rush team with their forwards go up and take a goal here, coming at the 12-minute mark into the game, and they quickly score a goal here. And to finish up the teams for the Rush, we still have
Javier Sanchez, Aaron Fox, and Gray Cushman.
So that rounds out both teams for the field right now. And as we get down onto the field, we'll take a peek at these guys. And here comes the Rio Vista team, who is trailing 1-0 here. And they'll do some kicking. There's a shot to the left side. That will go out of bounds. And that will go over to the New Mexico Rush team, which will take it on their end of the field.
I got so exciting I didn't even get a chance to read those names, Rudy.
It does get exciting, especially when the ball gets close to the goal. In this particular game, it's sometimes the goals can come very sporadically, and you never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a little faster paced than the game before.
Yeah. So here's the rush trying to, and there's a penalty, and that one will go against the rush team, and Rio Vista will get a kick from the left side here. So there it is. There's the whistle, and it'll resume play. And here's the kick. It's a nice one. He's feeding the forward on the left side, and that goes out of bounds, and that will stay here with Rio Vista apparently. Kicking it out of bounds was John Milford Laughlin. He got it out of there. So now a free kick from the corner, and that will be Preston Hauser with the free kick from the corner. There it goes into the middle of the field, a little bit too far on that one, but another shot, and that one will go out of bounds. So the Rio Vista team gets a corner kick from Metzler, and then Felipe Gravis tried to get it from the right side and goes over and beyond, goes out of bounds. The goalie for the rush team will clear this thing out. And that'll be a kick all the way to the midfield as they bounce it around out there, and the rush trying to get something to happen. Now they center it up, wait for teammates to catch up. They'll back it out, and everybody's caught up now, and they'll still try to get it over here to the defenders, trying to continue to do some fancy footwork. Nice work there by the rush team, and then Rio Vista with a steal. Rio Vista will clear it. Goes up front, header by the rush team. Go to the right side. Rush team still trying to put something together here. There's some fancy footwork there by one of the team members. And then a trip, and that is a penalty. So a trip from behind gets a penalty flag out there. Actually, the referee's calling that one, and they'll clear it out to the left side. The defender's bringing it up to the midfielder, and that will go out of bounds on the right side of the field. So the Rio Vista team will take over here as Rio Vista ready to bring it in. A lot of people involved in the action down here, trying to get something to happen. The rush team getting it, clearing it out over to the defenders, and the defenders will try to get this thing up to midfield. There's a pass to the midfielders. Midfielder looking for a pass on the inside. Nice stuff. They'll try to go to the right side and just missed that pass, Ralph.
Good defense, good defense.
As Ralph mentions, the defense have really played a part here today in most of these games. There's a lot of it. Earlier on, there wasn't much of that with that 8-0 game this morning with the 15-year-olds, but nonetheless. Again, here with the 17-year-olds, the U17 Youth League, and these kids are a little bit bigger, a little bit more agile. And the ball goes all the way back, and Rio Vista will clear it out. There's the kick. It's a beauty. Look at that thing. Man, that was something. Hadn't seen that today at all. There's a kick. Here's some nice work here. Here's a midfielder on the right side, still in front of it. He's going to get out, kick it out. There's a shot. That's on the inside. Header out to clear it. And here's another shot. That will go on the inside, and the goalie will clear that thing out. So the goalie for Rio Vista clears it. It goes way up high. And then, from behind. No penalty there. So the rush, and they did call a penalty. It looked like a penalty. They get a free kick from the right side, Ralph, and he just took him right out of the play.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't call a penalty. They should have. Or did they?
Yeah, they did. So they're getting a free kick here, so it was a penalty. There's the kick. It goes all the way down. That's could be an interesting one. Goalie right there to take control of this thing. So goalie looking for a defender. No, he's going to go ahead and clear it out. Look at the size of that kick, Ralph. My goodness. Hadn't seen that today. What a difference.
What a difference that 1 year.
Yep. just the leg strength is just phenomenal from year to year. It just boggles the mind.
Yeah, you can also tell that they're in excellent shape.
And as we mentioned earlier on with some of these kids, they had talked about, we asked them questions about what did it feel like for them to be in a higher altitude, and they said they were really struggling a little bit with the breathing.
Yeah, they did mention that it was really affecting them on their speed and their actual strength.
Yeah, and you mentioned this earlier on. It just helps them down the road to have this kind of training. That it helps when they play at a lower sea level. It just makes them that much faster, stronger, and better.
Especially if they go down like to California, they go compete up there. It's going to really help them out in the long run.
Yeah. So, again, we're going to have a free kick from the left side here off that penalty, and Rio Vista will get the opportunity. They've had several of those in this particular game, haven't managed to score anything. They rush on top 1-0. We're 18 minutes in this game in particular, and Rio Vista, and there's a referee telling those guys, you guys need to get back just a little bit. Here's the shot. It goes right through, and it is failed out. Oh, look at that. Isn't that something? Nice clear out, and here comes the defender. Back over, up to the front. Can't get that one. So they'll clear this thing out, bounce it deep. And here's the New Mexico rush team up on top, 1-0, trying to capitalize on something. Get it back over to the midfielders. And midfielders send it up to the forwards. Nothing there. Rio Vista clearing it out.
Wow.
And New Mexico rush, and there's trying to keep it on that side of the field. Oh, wow, that was something. These guys go all out. Mexico rush. Here's the lead for the forward. Nice pass on the inside, just deflected away by Rio Vista. Comes to the right side, header. Back to one of the defenders. Here comes the defender up now. He can get there. And then he gets pickpocketed. Yep. And that's a little bit too far forward, and the rush will clear it. And there's the snap and shot to the outside. And here they come. The Rio Vista team on the attack. Looking for everybody to catch up. And that will roll back to the rush goalie. Rush goalie. And he will want to clear this thing out for him. Wow. Another booming kick, Ralph. I think if I tried to kick that thing, I think my leg would land up over there first before the ball would. That's just kind of an example of what kind of talent is out there today.
The conditioning.
Yeah. Very key to playing soccer is the conditioning. So now as we wait, the little scrambling on the right side, they'll go out of bounds one more time. And again, welcome a lot of you out there to the grand opening for the Taos Echo Park here in Taos, New Mexico. The Taos Sports Alliance, one of the founders, as well as the town of Taos, and of course the Taos Municipal Schools, all having an integral part in putting this together. And it has created quite a success here, as we can see that success right here, Rob.
Actually, we got the bleachers that are filling up quick, and just shows how much the people here in Taos are interested in soccer.
It is very popular now here in Taos, so consequently this field enhances that. We've had the youth soccer here in Taos already play on the field, and hadn't had a chance to talk to any of those youngsters in the neighborhoods of the 7, 9, 10-year-olds on the field, and they hadn't had a chance to talk to them, but we'd sure like to get some of their reactions. So if there's anybody out there with any of those younger kids that played last week on the field, we'd like to have you come on in and chat with us about what their experience was. So now the Rio Vista team go ahead and clears this thing out to go to the right side. And again, the Rio Vista youth team in red, the New Mexico Rush in blue here. And the New Mexico Rush ready to bring it in. They'll do that. They'll go to one of the defenders, and they'll keep it with the defenders in the backfield. And then there's the kick, trying to get something happening as they set up for a run with the forwards. There's a guy on the right side. He's going to look for him, decides not to go to him. And then taken away by Rio Vista. Oh, and then stolen away by one of the defenders and back over to the midfielders. And there's a kick. That'll go deep on the right side, and the goalie will snatch that up as it goes out of bounds. So the 17-year-olds on the field right now with Rio Vista and Rush teams. It's been, all three games today have been the same clubs except different youths in terms of 15, 16, and now the 17-year-olds on the field right now. 23 minutes in the first period. We're playing 40 minutes per period today. We think that the Lobos will come out and play 45 minutes, as that's their regular hoist of time on the clock. For sake of time, that we're narrowing these games down to 40 minutes, which is okay. Plenty of time to get some stuff done. Rio Vista with the steal, and try to keep it together there. And the Rush take it away. The footwork is phenomenal. These guys work hard with his footwork. And again, mentioning, Ralph, when they're taking those turns, you can see that sort of
like semi-dust.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with some of the rubber products that they put together. It mimics dirt or sand on the field, and it creates a nice smooth and soft surface for the players. So Rush go back to their goalie. So now the wind picking up a little bit from the west, from the northwest, about 5-10 miles an hour, with the Rush team still in the lead here, 1-0, 24 minutes into the first period, and it's been a very good game thus far. We've seen some nice shots. The defense have been very good. And again, for those of you who are just joining us here this afternoon, we are in our third game of the morning, getting quickly into the afternoon. It's 12:30 right now. We have one more game on tap before we see the Lobos take the field, and then we will have a game in the afternoon after the Lobos will be on the field. Don't forget, we will have Jake Mosman join Ralph and I here up on the booth today, and it should be a lot of fun with the Lobos. As we mentioned, they have been in the top 25 over the past several years, and at one point they were #1. They got a chance to go to the national championship game, lost by 1 point in that game, but it's been nothing but excitement for the Lobos and the state of New Mexico. Taos Echo Park grand opening, a lot of festivities. I want to mention some of our sponsors that we've been dealing with this afternoon, and we'd like to get to some of those. And some of those sponsors are
We have KTA Taos, DMC Broadcasting, New Mexico Armory National Guard, Wanda Quintana. We also have Taos News, Comfort Suites, Friday Motors, Wild Earth, the Town of Taos. Thanks very much for all your great help in putting this together.
absolutely. So with the Rio Vista team, that goes out of bounds, so clear it out to their goal, and he'll go ahead and get this thing put back into play. So Rio Vista ready to put it into play, and they do. And look at that kick.
Wow, what a leg.
So back and forth, Rio Vista trying to make some headway here, trying to keep the ball on the offensive side of the field for them as the midfielders do their their job here in trying to contain the rush. Rush quickly back over, and that'll be a penalty. Heard the whistle, and that will go against the New Mexico Rush, and Rio Vista will get an opportunity at a free kick. Let's see who they're going to put in play here, and let's see who's going to get an opportunity to free kick this thing. Yeah, it looks like they're going to put it in the feet of Luke Cotter, and Luke Cotter will take the free kick from the right side. It's either Luke Cotter or Benjamin Conway, both standing out there on the right side of the field. And let's see who takes it. It goes on the inside, and then it's quickly batted outside. Pass it on the inside, and Rio Vista trying to get something to happen, and then the Rush steal it away. And here comes the pass up front, nothing there, and they'll bring it back out. And then the Rush again.
Fancy footwork.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that something? Again,
wow.
There's the whistle, and that will be a penalty as one of the Rio Vista players goes down off the trip. So that'll be a free kick for the Rush. Again, let's see who's going to free kick this thing. It looks like it's going to be Luke Carter again. And he gets it all the way down. And it will be to the goalie. So the goalie go ahead and sends his players out to the outside, and there's the kick. It's a beauty. And the wind comes up and goes away, so it should be a beautiful day for those of you who want to come down here and join us. We'd love to have you, or just stay online with us. Don't forget, for those of you who don't know what website we're on, you can either access it in two different ways. You can either go to the Sports Alliance website, and they can have a link to us on taosports.com. And here comes the run. There's a kick on the inside, and that will be saved. And here's a shot from the corner. No, he sets up the middle. Nothing there.
Good block.
And Rio Vista manages to block it away, and then there's a clear out. Nice kick to the inside. Header. Middle of the field, and then some work. Midfielder looking for the forward. Just gets it way out there, and that will go, and they'll clear it to the goalie. So 29 minutes into the first period as we continue with our live coverage here in Taos, New Mexico at the Taos Echo Park Grand Opening for a 2-star rated FIFA field. And here comes the Rush. Has to wait up for 2 members. There's the pass on the inside, and Rio Vista with the steal. Rio Vista with the pass. And he gets it. Nice work to the outside. Passes it to the left side. And then up the right side is Rio Vista. And Rio Vista still. And there's a penalty of some sort. It looks like that was offsides. It looks. No, they're going to call a player change. So we'll have a player change now for the Rush, and it looks like Farmer Elliott comes into the game. So the Rush team, oh, no penalty there. Ball does go out of bounds apparently, and that will go over to the Rush team. Sending out of there was Evan Harris. So they'll clear it to the Rush team. Will keep it with them. Rio Vista trying to make some headway here. There's a potential play here developing as Rio Vista with one of their forwards trying to make something happen, and then they kick it out of bounds, and it stays with the Rio Vista team. It's amazing when you're sitting here and hear all those cell phones going off. You inherently want to grab your cell phone. It's amazing what technology has done for this country. So at this point, the Rush still trying to do something. Then there's the penalty flag. Touched with the hand, apparently. That was a hand touch, so it will go back over to the goalie for the Rush. rush.
That's definitely going to go about 80 yards right there, that kick. Look at that.
Wow, look at that thing. Amazing. So here comes the New Mexico rush team. Oh, here back to the defender, who can cross the line now. Goes up front, give and go, and then that will go on a bounce, and that will go over to Rio Vista. So Rio Vista will get it back here. There's the toss in. He was looking for Benjamin Barkoff, couldn't get it to him, and it goes off his feet and back over to the rush. So the rush working the left side of the field now, and Rio Vista with the steal. Stays with it. And we've seen a lot of this kid, Benjamin Barkoff, again. Way up high, they throw it to the left side. Continuing, here comes the rush again. Clear it to this side to one of the defenders. He'll run it up, clear it back over to the midfielder, and then that will roll out of bounds. That goes back over to Rio Vista. 33 minutes in, 1-0, the rush up on top. And Rio Vista ready to bring it in here, get the ball back into play, give and go there, stays with it, stays, nice defensive play there on the block, just missed it, and back over here, and some work here by Thomas Cushman, and then back over to the rush goalie. So the rush with the ball again. Nice dribbling there. And then stolen away. Here's a offensive opportunity for Rio Vista. And it gets broken up there by the rush. Ball goes back and forth.
There we go, Justin.
And that will go out of bounds. And we'll go over to Rio Vista.
It's amazing that level of talent out there.
The talent with the 17-year-olds is very comparable. As a lot of players have mentioned that either one of these teams, 17, 18-year-olds, is pretty competent. And ball off one of the guys. And the rush trying to attack. And nice work. Here comes a rush, a pass to the inside. We got play developing here on the inside. There's a pass. There's an open shot right here. Back overhand. Oh, the give and go. Tried to get it on the inside, and that goes out of play. It looked like it was a good pass on the inside. I don't know if I'd have passed that one. I might have taken that shot myself from the outside corner. What do you think, Ralph?
I would have taken that shot.
One too many passes is our estimation. Could have been a good shot from the outside from that defender, but apparently they passed it on the inside, and good intentions. So 35 minutes into the first period, we have a rush team up 1-0. Rio Vista ready to kick it away here. Gets it into play. Header, high. Another header. And a lot of defense there. And here comes the rush team, and trying to get something to happen here. Oh, there he comes. And that will be offsides. And the coach did not like that call. He's out there pleading his case. Didn't like it. He thought he had enough players up high to get that to be an offensive opportunity, but that will come back and go over to the rush off the offsides. There's the kick. Bounces up, and that will be cleared out of bounds by the rush team. That will stay with Rio Vista. Benjamin Conway ready to bring it in. Does just that. Oh, and that's a penalty. As going down onto the turf was Benjamin Barkoff, one of the forwards for the Rio Vista team, and we'll get a free kick here. And looks like Benjamin Conway will get the opportunity for the free kick on the left side. So Benjamin Conway will try to get it down in to his teammates for a possible score. There's the kick. Nice angle on it. And that will go out of bounds. See that angle on the ball, Ralph? That's
amazing.
Yeah.
Almost got it in.
Got a little wind from the west, but nothing to really talk about at this point. There goes the ball inside, cleared out by the goalie. Goalie's got a guy running up forward, and that's goalie to goalie. He's got to be doing this all day long. Another big boot, and the Rush take control of it, get it back to the defenders, who want to wait for team members to catch up. And here's the Rio team. What they play, there's a Rio, he's got it, nice clear out, just in time was the goalie for the Rush, because coming up quickly was one of the Rio players, and we'll get you his number here in just a second. And that was Thomas Cushman. We had an opportunity for Rio there. It just snatched away from him. Ball to the inside. 38 minutes in. Pretty close to halftime here. Ball will be cleared out. Mexico Rush on the right side. Got an opportunity. Cleared the outside. Ball high off the... And here comes Baca again. This is... And here's the Rush taking it forward. Tries to keep it in. Oh, no penalty there. Yep, there's the whistle. And that will be a free kick for the Rush. Kicking it for the Rush will be Ben Brennan. So Ben Brennan from the corner will get a shot. Line it up here is... Nope, now they're going to clear it out. They're going to get somebody else to kick this corner stuff. Now let's see if we can pick up who this guy is. And gets ready for the corner. There's the shot. Inside. Oh, man, what a header. It almost went in for the Rush off the header. It could have been a beautiful assist if he'd have managed to score that point, or goal per se. And so this time here comes the Rio Vista goalie clearing this thing out for him. The Rush had an opportunity there. And just to get back to you, Devin Mason was the one on the inside with that header that just missed. The Rush team trying to get things happening here again. They'll clear it out. Do they have guy up front? And there's a flush, there's a run on the team. Oh, and just out of there. And there's a penalty flag, just reaching and grasping for someone. And that's a penalty as they're going to go the other way. And that penalty will go against Ben Brennan again. And Ben getting a lot of airtime with us here today. And there's some holding and shoving there, and that stays with the Rio Vista team. The Rio Vista team ready to bring it in is Benjamin Conway will bring that thing in for the Rio team. Benjamin will get it back in his feet, and then he passes up top to Benjamin Markoff, and then cleared out. There's a shot on the inside, nothing there. Cleared out to the defenders for the Rush team. And here comes the Rush team waiting for players to catch up, and that will go out of bounds. Stays with Rio Vista. And again, beautiful, beautiful morning. A couple of games already under our belts, Ralph, and wow, it was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good games.
We had the Rio Vista 15-year-olds this morning taking an 8-0 game against the New Mexico Rush in that same age category. The second game, the New Mexico Rush taking that game 2-0 against the 16-year-olds. And now halftime for the 17-year-old division of the New Mexico Rush and the Rio Vista club teams from Albuquerque, New Mexico, trying to get some high-altitude games in, high-altitude training facility here in Taos, New Mexico, in our grand opening of the Taos Echo Park. Ralph Garcia, Rudy Baca here to play-by-play announcers, taking the helm here this afternoon. We'll continue on to the next game. Jake Mosma will join us here for the New Mexico Lobo game, and perhaps some of the other games on tap as well, so we look forward to him. Don't forget, in between games, and we will be doing player score. And a score off the header. Let's see if we can get the player who just snuck one in there off the header. Let's see if we can get who that was. And we're still trying to get who that was. 21. And apparently that was it looked like that was yeah, it was Justin Smith, the header, and scored the goal. 2-0 in favor of the Rush. 40 minutes has expired. This is the courtesy part of the game. They usually go a little bit further, a little minute or two after the initial period has exhausted, as the 40 minutes are on the clock right now, and the whistle will blow here shortly to indicate the end of the first period. Just a minute or so away from that happening. Kick up and high and tipped around. Rio Vista with the ball now, trying to get up to the midfielder, and midfielders in control of it now, waiting for their teams to get the forwards in position. Here's the forward on the right side. Go to Rio Vista on the corner, and out of bounds it goes, and they will get it back here. On that end was Thomas Cushman, and joining him on that end will be Dylan Metzler, and I think Dylan is going to be the one kicking it from the corner. Actually, he's going to throw it in. Header. That's the end of the first period.